going on, everyone? I'm back on the PBE, this time checking out the 2 new items. As we all know, the Juggernaut update came out, and it's coming out. It's on the PBE as we speak, and I was just taking a look at these last 2 items for the past 20 minutes, trying to figure out who they'd be best for, and obviously, we all know that they're made for the Juggernauts, but this is what I take away from it.
You're out, a turret.
So the first item, Titanic Hydra, gives 250 health, which is alright, 50 attack damage, 100% base health regen, and pretty standard, but this is where it gets sort of interesting. Passive, basic attack deals 45 bonus physical damage on hit. Okay, that's nice for building tank. Unique passive, Cleave. Basic attack deals 101 bonus damage in a cone on hit, which is very nice for team fighting, stuff like that, wave clearing. Unique active, Crescent. Your next basic attack deals 265 physical damage in a cone on hit. Alright, so I'm going to use the active, and I'm going to use it on the Raptors here. And see how it's dispelling damage in a cone. I like that. This item, in my opinion, is meant for just basic attack juggernauts like Darius and Garen, who kind of want to build tanky and aren't going to be able to go full damage, and so this gives off damage with the passive. And you'll see that in the other item as well. So if you're going to be using this item, I would suggest a Garen Darius type melee champion. I don't know about Nasus, maybe. I don't know, I think I'd have to see, I'd have to look at that. But mainly I'm looking at Garen and Darius. Taking a look at the second item, Sterix Gauge. This is a tank item, obviously, 500 health and 29 base attack damage. But do you notice the theme here? Do you notice that...
turret's been destroyed.
This announcer, though. You notice that these items give off a lot more AD now?
Turret destroyed.
Oh my god, come on, man, you interrupted me. That they give off a lot more AD now for tanks, so they don't have to just build straight damage. I'm not the biggest fan of the Juggernaut update, I won't lie to you, but these items are pretty awesome. I like them. So the unique passive, upon taking at least 1250 damage based on level within 5 seconds, gain Sterix Fury for 8 seconds. So you know what we're gonna do? We are gonna go over to Baron and have him kick our ass and see what happens. And apparently we grow in size and strength, gaining increased size, 25% additional base attack damage, and a rapidly decaying shield for 30% of your maximum health. So that's a team fighting item. I was actually reading Riot's explanation of this, and they said that this is for, let's say you're in a team fight, and there's an Oriole and a Grazel, and they all go off at you at once, you absorb the damage, and you're not just an instantly dead tank. So let's see if we can proc this effect. Come on. There you go. There's the effect there. There's Sterix Fury. Okay, so the recording kind of cut out. I don't know what happened, but the point I was going to make is I think the Sterix Gauge is going to be the more viable item out of the 2. I think that's going to be something that's really popular, and you can tank just a lot more damage in a team fight. You know, obviously. It's a shield for 30% of your maximum health, so it's going to be interesting. I can see people like Rammus using it, and like a Udyr using it, and just running in and taking ults. So you're going to have to be a lot more careful where you ult now. But pretty much that's it on my opinion so far on the 2 new items. I'm going to be testing them a bit more, because this is something that actually interests me. And I'll look into it, and I'll try to get some gameplay with it. Maybe something interesting will happen, but anyway, I got something else to talk about, and let's just get to that. Alright, so for anyone who doesn't know or is asleep and isn't very active in the League community, Riot pretty much put out a blog-style post explaining just what's been going on with the company and their views on things that have happened in the past couple months and why they haven't updated the HUD and, you know, just stuff like that. And actually, I just did a video on this a week ago, and it was called Should League Emulate Dota? If you want to go check that out, just check my page, it's on there. Shameless self-plug there. But anyway, they were just stating the reasons why they can't go into build like the SANDBOX mode and the recording mode, because when League first came out, there was supposed to be a replay system. Now, how many times have you been in a game where, let's say you get a penta or something and you go, damn, I wish I could have recorded that, right? In my opinion, replay system would be amazing, like Black Ops or something, but it looks like that's never going to happen. But that's not what the outrage was about. The outrage was about the SANDBOX mode. A lot of pro players wanted it, a lot of teams wanted it, I would want it. How many times you go on the PBE or a normal game and you have, let's say, like a ridiculous ult timer, you know, and you want to practice with the ult, get better, Like, I remember Tom Kench came out and I sucked with ult. I didn't know how to use it. I didn't even know what to click. I'd go into sandbox mode or just practice with Bard ult and see how far it goes in the air and the timer just to get it right. For the people that can't spend a lot of the day playing, and they gave some pretty much BS type answer, and the whole thing was just, I don't know, they didn't come off very well. But I give Riot a lot of credit, you know. Riot does a really good job with the game. The skins have never been as high as quality as they are right now, although I haven't liked the skins of the past 2 cycles. But most of the time, the skins are really good, and they need to work on the release skins. Every new champion, I don't know why, but the skin always isn't that great. But normally, they do a really good job, and I give them a 10 out of 10. They're probably my favorite game company. They got some awesome people that work for them as well. So, trust me, I love Riot. The game's free to play, and I love that. But you gotta call them out on, you know, just some things, and that's where they're not performing, in my opinion. And I think they really could improve. I think we could see a sandbox mode. And why don't we have a new launcher yet? You know, they promised us a new launcher like a year and a half ago, and they've been saying it since like 2009. I mean, this is the highest played MOBA. Riot, hear me out. If you ever watch this video, you know, God forbid, don't you want to stay on the top? If so, don't get complacent, and please just add these things to your game. But that's pretty much it. That's all I have to say. Peace, guys, and shout out to the loyal subs. You know who you are.